It's time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. Heavy rain and severe weather is expected across parts of the south-central U.S. Mountain snow is moving across the Intermountain West and Rockies and will begin to taper off tomorrow as the next round of mountain snow and wind quickly overspreads the Pacific Northwest. Above average temperatures approaching record levels will build across the Mississippi Valley, Great Lakes, and East Coast. Closer to home, rain and high elevation mountain snow showers are expected as the disturbance pushes through the region. Breezy conditions will persist as the system departs. The next system arrives on Thursday, bringing breezy winds and precipitation chances mainly across the northern areas. Temperatures will remain below normal most of the week. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. The Tularosa Community Ditch Corporation is in the middle of a floodgate replacement project, which they say will help with better water delivery, greatly improving control over flow, and vastly improving water conservation and sustainability. Except
our water system is compromised right now. Our fence that the EPA made us put up, we had to put up to keep our water intake safe so that nothing would get into it, meaning somebody that wants to throw chemicals in it or any other kind of poison that could go through to our system. That's why the fence was put up, has been taken down. We have been locked out of our own intake water system by the Tularosa Ditch Corporation.
Tularosa Mayor Debbie Cooksey.
The board and myself are working endlessly to get this resolved. We've involved the EPA, we've involved the state engineer, we've involved Homeland Security. We have called the Attorney General's office, and we've also called FEMA.
The mayor is planning on a village meeting this week, and all affected by Tularosa water should probably be there. You can hear our conversation in full on the Crazy Radio YouTube channel. For the third straight day, the Blue Front fire near Ruidoso has not grown in size. It remains at 323 acres. It's now 52% contained. The fire began on October 28th, and the cause has not yet been determined. I'm sure it was lightning or something like that. You're invited to cast your vote for the new natatorium featuring the year-round indoor pool. No tax increase for citizens. Vote Alamogordo.com for details. The Republican Party of Otero County invites all Republicans to a watch party. They say, for garbage people only. That's this Tuesday at Little Old Little New, 304 South Main from 5:30 until 10:30. Bring your favorite garbage to add to the soups and sandwiches. The Veterans Day ceremony takes place at Veterans Memorial Park in Tularosa. That's happening on Monday, November 11th at 11 a.m. That's 701 South Bookout Road and Highway 70 in Tularosa. The Alamogordo Music Theater presents A Christmas Carol, the musical, taking place on November 29th, 30th, December 6th, and 7th at 7 p.m., December 1st at 2 at the Flickinger Center. All seats are $12. AlamogordoMusicTheater.org for details. A composting event is taking place, and With Many Hands Alamogordo wants you to attend. We heard from Greg Gutierrez.
Have you ever wanted to learn composting basics? You want to know what it takes to build a compost pile in your garden? What all can go in your compost pile? How about you want to get involved in food waste mitigation? Are you curious about the effort that it takes to create a compost in less than a year? Well, come on down and attend the With Many Hands Community Compost Turn on November 9th. That's this coming Saturday. And we will be there at the garden on Puerto Rico Avenue. It's right behind Grace Methodist Church in Alamogordo. We'll be there at 3:30 p.m.
For more information, check out With Many Hands Alamogordo or With Many Hands Tularosa on Facebook. Today is Monday. It's time for a pup date from Animal Village NM.
Hi, this is Sunny Harris with Animal Village NM. You know, we've been working tirelessly since 2007, striving to improve the lives of not just animals, but also the people who love them. Animal Village NM offers a range of essential services from low-cost spay-neuter programs to pet food banks and disaster relief. For many families in Lincoln and Otero counties where poverty is a real challenge, these services are often the difference between keeping a beloved pet at home or having to face the heartbreaking decision to take them to a kill facility. For families facing hard times, pets provide companionship, emotional support, and hope that love is still alive in their homes. Animal Village A&M helps ensure these families can keep their pets healthy, fed, and loved without stretching their already limited resources. By providing affordable spay and neuter services, Animal Village A&M tackles pet overpopulation, preventing thousands of unwanted litters from being born to suffer and cost the community, and supporting a future where pets are cared for in loving homes rather than suffering on the streets or in animal control facilities. But Animal Village A&M's work goes beyond day-to-day support. It's about showing compassion and taking action when our community needs it most. In times of disaster, like the fires and floods that affected our region, Animal Village A&M steps up, working long hours to reunite families with lost pets, offer supplies to evacuees, and provide safe transport for injured animals in need of urgent care. This work is made possible by dedicated volunteers who see every pet and every family as worthy of compassion and support. It's both a privilege and a responsibility to support an organization like Animal Village A&M. By helping those who work to uplift our community's animals, you can amplify our impact. Every donation, every volunteer, and every sponsor who steps up to become part of a life-changing mission, ensuring that no family must sacrifice their beloved pet due to financial hardship. We'll be at the White Sands Mall in Alamogordo again, as we are every second Tuesday of each month, registering low-income pet owners for low-cost spay and neuter surgeries. See our website and social media pages for all the details and be first in line. Join us at Animal Village in making a lasting difference in your community. Support our mission and help dogs and cats. You're standing with families in need and strengthening the very fabric of our community. Together, we can make sure our local pets and their people are never without the help they deserve, because they love us and they deserve nothing less than our best. Donate today at animalvillagenm.org.
News from around the state in just a moment. You're listening to Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Local news from local perspectives, from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Local sports, local events, and local happenings and more. Nonprofit owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
The Clovis Police Department is investigating multiple deaths. 3 dead people were found in a car on Saturday, one of whom was a teenager. The vehicle was running when all 3 were found deceased. They've been identified as 29-year-old Hector Flores, 19-year-old Alazara Gallegos, and an unnamed male teenager. Autopsies are currently underway. Officials said foul play is not suspected at this time. Former New Mexico State Police Officer Morgan Ortiz and Dr. Keith Levitt are facing 16 charges, including Medicaid fraud, identity theft, and document falsification for alleged crimes between March 2019 and April 2021. Joseph Martinez, the Director of Medicaid Fraud and Elder Abuse Division with the New Mexico Department of Justice, told KOAT someone made a complaint in 2021, and they've been gathering data ever since.
They were submitting claims and being paid for services that they did not have the credentials to provide.
According to the New Mexico Department of Justice, the defendants were operating a substance abuse recovery program in Albuquerque, and they're accused of billing over $800,000 worth of claims to the Medicaid program.
So you have people that are extremely vulnerable going to them to seek out services. And as you can see from the charges, there's a couple of them that are practicing medicine without a license. So really, a lot of it boils down to these people were not credentialed appropriately in order to render these services that these people desperately needed.
Medicaid fraud, unfortunately, is something that is investigated way too often.
There's a significant amount of money being poured into the Medicaid program. So when you have a huge pile of money, then you're going to have bad actors who think, okay, how can I take advantage of the system and how can I fatten my own pockets?
Now it's a waiting game to see if the cases are going to go to trial or if a resolution can be found. A fake substance abuse recovery program. Wow. So there are desperate people in need of help overcoming their addictions to drugs and alcohol, and these two use them to defraud the state? I don't know, but I do hope hell's warm enough for these two. Oh, and to make it worse, Officer Ortiz has a DWI on her record. Perhaps she could have made use of a real substance abuse recovery program. Former President Donald Trump made his stop in Albuquerque this past Thursday.
You can't win New Mexico. And I said, why? They don't want to stop the people pouring across the border that are murderers, they're killers, they're drug addicts, they're drug dealers, they're gang members. Why? New Mexico wants to keep it going like it is.
Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham says she believes every New Mexican should be able to see and support the candidate they choose. Not sure I believe she believes that. Lujan Grisham endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris, and as for whether or not she'll agree to serve on Harris's cabinet, she's saying she wants to focus on New Mexico.
I've got a lot more work I'd like to accomplish here, and this is really premature. She's going to need Democratic governors who are executing on the ground these policy agendas that improve the quality of life, create better economic opportunity, and lower kitchen table prices for families, and I want to help do that.
Okay, I'm calling bullspit. Huck to it. She'd be on the first plane to D.C. if offered a spot. Regardless of who they vote for, the governor emphasized she wants all New Mexicans to get out and cast their ballots. Is that why you signed off on gerrymandering the whole damn state? President Biden has declared a major disaster for Chavez County and is sending federal assistance to Roswell after the severe storms and flooding. That assistance includes grants for temporary housing, low-cost loans, and other recovery programs. Residents and businesses can apply for help on the FEMA app or by calling 800-621-3362. I think it's important that once a debt is paid to society, that the individual should have most of his or her rights restored. Now, obviously, rapists should be limited where they're allowed to go, as should stalkers and child molesters. Violent crime felons should not have their gun rights restored, but we both know they tend to get them anyway. It is important that the individual who has paid the debt to society, though, have voting rights restored, so that his or her voice can be heard in the future. I know that's not popular with everybody, but believe me, even if they voted to make all crime legal, it ain't happening. In 25 states, including the Land of Enchantment, people can vote as soon as they get out of prison. But many others have felony disenfranchisement laws, which partially or completely bar formerly incarcerated people from voting. The patchwork of laws can cause confusion and frustration, leaving some newly released citizens unaware or unable to exercise their right to vote. An estimated 4 million U.S. citizens are not allowed to cast a ballot. Another way of looking at it is 1 in 22 black Americans are forbidden to vote. Many in New Mexico were initially declined when requesting their right to vote to be restored. I wonder how many don't even know they have the option. Sports and weather are next. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
There are 12 matches for New Mexico volleyball today, including Hondo at Carrizozo. Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for cloudy skies with a 60% chance of showers. New precipitation amounts less than 1/10 of an inch expected. Winds gusting as high as 22 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear, sunny tomorrow. Winds gusting as high as 10 miles per hour. Your high today in the basin, 53. Low tonight of 34. High tomorrow, 59 degrees. In Cloudcroft, mostly cloudy skies today with areas of snow showers. Snow could be heavy at times, with accumulation of 1 to 3 inches expected. Winds will be gusting up to 29 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear, winds gusting as high as 13. Sunny tomorrow, winds gusting as high as 15. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 32. Wind chills are going to make it feel like it's 12. Low tonight of 19. Wind chills are going to make it feel like it's 14. High tomorrow, 41. Wind chills are going to make it feel like it's 17 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting KALHradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. Well, that concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.